We will go ahead and get started then, while everyone else kind of trickles in. So for now, while Liza and I go through the initial presentation, if everyone could just be on mute for now, and then after we are done, we will open it up for Q&As. So Liza, if you want to get us started.
Okay. Well, welcome everyone. It's so nice to see some of your faces. Hi, Linda and Ned and Megan and it's Amy. And it's just nice to see everyone. I feel like it's been forever. Tyler, there you are. Since we've been able to see one another. And I'm so sorry that we're not gathering in person for our kickoff party this year, but we certainly did not want to let the opportunity to come together pass us by, and thought that virtual happy hour would be better than the alternative. So thank you guys for being here. And by now you've all seen the announcement that the walk this year is going to be a series of mini walks. And while that decision has been extremely hard for us to make, given the uncertain times we're living in, and just the fact that the safety of all of our friends and families and pals and cows who attend the walk, that is our number one priority. We decided that this would probably be the best decision. Several other chapters across the country have done the same thing, and have had some walks that are already successful. So we're really excited to get to share the plan and our ideas with you guys. So again, while we will not physically get to come together on October 17th, we will come together as an ALS community, our shared passion for this disease, and we will raise funds and awareness for this walk. We've been saying we never walk alone, because even though we won't get to see each other, in the same place, we will not be alone, and we will make sure that we raise our voices in the fight against ALS. We're grateful for the technology, which we're still learning. I'm not going to lie, but we're getting better, and tools that enable us all to be together. And we're really excited, and I think that you guys will be too. We are so lucky. We have such a passionate group of team captains and walkers, and I know that together we can do this. So we started thinking about themes. How could we do something that would be fun and bring us together? And of course, the Olympics were supposed to be this summer, and since they're not happening and our walk is right there in downtown where they had the Atlanta Olympics, we decided that we were going to have some Olympic themed fun for the walk and come up with some fun challenges and surprises along the way. So Brittany's got her sunglasses, I've got my medals, and you too will have all of this soon. So get excited, because we are too. And Brittany's done a great job putting together this presentation for you guys. So we'll kind of zip through, put your questions in the chat section, and we'll make sure to get to all of them. This will be recorded, so you can share it with anybody on your team that couldn't join us today. And even in a pandemic, we know ALS has not stopped, and so we're not going to either. We are here to serve. So Brittany, do you want to go ahead and start with the?
Yep. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Okay. Can everyone see my screen? Yes. Okay. So, all right. So we'll get started.
Yay, welcome. So we are calling this, a series of mini walks. We know we've heard virtual with everything, and we wanted to keep this fresh. This is really your walk, your way, with us here to help you in any way that we can to make it possible. So again, Brittany has put together this great resource guide, And so what we are going to be doing for the walk is much like the kickoff party boxes that everybody got, we are putting together basically a walk in a box full of fun Olympic themed stuff and lots of ways for you guys to raise awareness in your neighborhoods or wherever you decide to do the walk. And we will be getting them to the team captains to share with their walkers. We're really excited about it. We've got some really fun stuff coming your way. We will have an opening ceremonies. We just won't be together. We're hoping our, drum line will be there and DJ, and we're going to have a celebration. We're just going to live stream it to everybody at 10 o'clock as always, before everybody starts on their own walk. And we will make sure to do everything we can to keep people connected via social media and really make people feel the love from the community that day. I just occurred to me that some of you, if not most of you, probably have not even met Brittany yet. So forgive me. Brittany is our new walk manager. She is fantastic. For those of you who have met her, I'm sure you share my sentiments. For those of you who have not, I have no doubt you will love working with her. We're all here as a team to support you, but welcome, Brittany. We're so glad you're here, and what a first walk season you've had. So thank you for hanging in with us and being nimble. You've done a really, really great job.
Go big or go home,
We're going big. We're going for the gold. So again, we are so close to having all the details for the boxes that we will be sharing with you guys soon. But we will, again, have one of these for every team captain to share with their team. We will have places for pickup. We will ship. We will make sure that everybody across the state who needs a box is going to get their box. We're lucky to have a walk committee to help us, and we're really, really excited. Think things like signs and medals and sunglasses and chalk and mailbox hangers to put around your neighborhood, just all sorts of stuff to really try to create that feel of excitement on that day for you and your team members. So stay tuned because those details are coming very soon.
Okay, so like Liza said, we created this training guidebook for our Olympic athletes. And I am fully aware that this is not just new for me, but it's new for everyone that is going to be participating this year. Obviously, with these unprecedented times, we've had to kind of be flexible in the way that we do things. And this decision for these mini walks, it wasn't made lightly. Our team took a lot of things into consideration, and at the end of the day, we just felt that doing these mini walks in your local neighborhood or parks was the best and the safest for all participants. And so in this guidebook, we've kind of laid out some tips on how to create your walk your way. And so we laid out a couple of steps just to remember when creating these mini walks. And the first one that we want you guys to remember is that teamwork makes the dream work. You got to stay connected, and you have to communicate with your team members. If you're a team captain, if you are not a team captain, then make sure that communication is two ways. So talk about what your mini walk is going to look like that day. So where you want to walk, how you want to walk, what you want to do before, what you want to do after, but just make sure that you're staying in constant communication, and using the email function in your participant center is also a great way to do this. As a team captain, if you have participated in the past, you know that it's super easy just to send one mass email to all of your team members, and bada boom, bada bang, it's done. So just be in constant communication. And so then the next piece is the course. Obviously, we are not at Georgia State Stadium this year, so the course is yours. Again, talk to your team. Do you want to meet somewhere that is centralized? Do you want to meet where your team captain lives? Do you want to walk through a neighborhood? Do you want to walk in a park? Just think about those things, but also be mindful of social distancing. That's the reason that we have kind of changed the structure for that reason, is to keep everyone safe. So just keep that in mind. If you don't want to walk, then you could do a team caravan. You can decorate your cars and drive through the neighborhoods, or drive through Atlanta, honk your horns, paint your cars, just raise that awareness for ALS. And then finally, if you want to go completely virtual, then that is totally fine. You can, stay at home. You can watch the opening ceremonies via social media. You can, do laps around your house, go up and down the stairs, whatever you want to do, whatever you feel comfortable doing. But being completely virtual is also an option. You can tune into the opening and the closing ceremonies right from the comfort of your own home. Your support system. So again, we realize that this is such a sensitive time for everyone, but especially for our patients living with ALS and their families. And we also understand that it's difficult asking for donations and such during this time. But we also have to remember that the answer is always no until you ask. So if you don't ask, then you'll never know. So we have created a sample communication guide that you can access through this training guide that we'll send out later this week, that kind of provides talking points and sample emails that address the COVID-19 situation, while also letting people know that ALS has not stopped. There are people being diagnosed every single day with this disease, and we can't stop either. And so at the end of the day, our goal is still to raise that $750,000 for our patients and their families here in Georgia. We are here as your support system, as your coaching staff. So if you need help with ideas, or you need help sending those emails, then we're always here to help you do that. And then finally, the most important thing is to remember why you walk. Remember what it is that got you to where you are, and why it is that you're involved with our walk. What drives you to ask for those donations and to push for registration, and at the end of the day, to raise those funds and awareness for ALS. So we hope that keeping this in mind will help you to cross the finish line. Okay. All right. Team Week. Liza, do you want to take on Team Week?
Sure. So for those of you who have walked before, you are familiar with Team Week, and we will be having it again. For those of you who have not, Team Week is a week-long series of friendly fundraising competitions. It's a great opportunity for team building. It's a great opportunity to connect with past supporters, potential new supporters. We try to keep it fun, and we have prizes every day. And we've got some fun kind of creative ideas for that. So we're really excited to get the Olympic theme involved here, but we will be hosting this Monday, July 27th, ending July 31st, and definitely more exciting news to come out about this, but wanted to let you guys know that we would still be having this this year. We're trying to do as much as we can, the same as we always do, and keep it as fun and engaging, and promote that friendly competition that I know so many people love and look forward to. So more exciting news to come, and we can answer any questions about that. Feel free to reach out.
Okay, so we have our Olympic qualifiers. If you haven't caught on yet, we're really trying to push that Olympic theme. But as it says in here, you know, great Olympic athletes compete not only because they love their craft, but because they want that gold medal. And so these next few pages are all about how to fundraise and how to do it successfully. So the biggest point that we want to drive home here is that it always starts with you. So it's really important that you make that first self-donation. You can see here that people who do make a self-donation raise 6 times more money for the walk than those who don't. And that's a lot of money when it comes down to it. So if you haven't made a self-donation, then, you know, maybe do that. But if your supporters want to donate, then we also have a couple of different ways that they can do that. They can donate online, and they can either visit your personal walk page, which you can access at, you know, web.alsa.org/Atlanta. And if you would like to create a like a unique customized URL for your personal walk page, then I'm happy to do that for you. Just let me know. And then also online options are to donate through your Facebook fundraiser. And there is also a new, if you have Instagram, there's a new donate button option on Instagram that we have just been approved for, that if people click on that, then the donations will go to the association. One thing to note about the Facebook fundraisers, it is very, very important that you create and set that up through your participant center. It's super easy. You just log in and it'll take you to your homepage, and you scroll down and there's a big blue box that says connect to Facebook. And so that is the best way to do that there. If you create it through Facebook itself, then the donations will not go directly to your walk page automatically. We have to do some back end work to try and, you know, locate those and allocate it to your walk page. So it's just, we have it set up really easily for you just to go on there and then connect it to your Facebook. I do realize that people still want to write checks and donate in cash, and that is more than okay for people to do as well. Just make sure that they make the checks payable to the ALS Association Georgia chapter, and then in the memo line they can put the walk and then include either your name or your team name. And then we have the address right here to where they can mail that. And then also when we send this out, this little thing at the bottom will allow you to click on the mail-in donation form, and you can fill that out, print it off, and then you can include that with the check or cash that you mail in.
Unmute. Getting better at it. When I have 2 small children and a dog that are not always they don't always follow the directions during these. So this year we thought it would be fun to have some different fundraising levels to incentivize our teams. In years past, we've had things like the hats and the plastic bags, but since we won't be able to gather, we thought this might be fun. So for teams, just like last year, teams that raised $2,500 will get the yard sign with their team name on it. Those are the ones that we would place along the route. So we're going to give them to you so you can place them along your route. For teams that raise $5,000 and above, and several teams have already hit these benchmarks, they will get their yard sign, and they will also get a set of specially branded 2020 Walk to Defeat ALS tumblers that they can keep for themselves or share with their team. That's up to them. And then our silver medalists will get everything, the Olympians and bronze medalists got, and they will also get a team banner or flag to carry around with them, inspired by kind of the opening ceremonies. And then those teams that raise $15,000 and above will get everything before, and they'll also get a $100 gift card that has been donated by a very generous sponsor that they can use for post-event party supplies, catering, just kind of whatever they want to do to help make that walk day special. So we're really excited about these. Like I said, a lot of our teams have hit some of these benchmarks, but just kind of some fun levels to strive for, ways to motivate and keep people engaged.
Okay, so this page, you guys are more than welcome to read through when we send this out. I'm not going to bore you with all of the words on here right now, but this is essentially just saying to utilize your resources. We are doing everything that we can, and we will continue to do everything that we can to provide you with everything that you need to be successful, including us. We're also here for whatever you need, whenever you need it. But within this document, you can access the sample communications that I talked about earlier, the step-by-step guide to your participant center that walks you through everything from A to Z when using your participant center. And we'll also have the walk in the box items, and then the 3 actions that we ask you to take. We are aware that there are a million different combinations of things that you can do to be successful this year. However, there are 3 that we highly recommend starting with. One is to update your personal page. And I know a lot of you guys on here have already done that. So check, yay for you. But telling your story is one of the most important pieces of any of this. It's what ties you to the association. It's what ties you to the walk. It's what ties you to each other. And so telling your story will help tie you to others who may be, a little afraid to want to join, or it may be something that they've gone through themselves, but sharing that story really puts a personal touch on all of this, because at the end of the day, we're raising funds to help to service our patients and their families. The second thing that I touched on earlier is to make that personal donation. And like I said, 6 times more money is raised when you make a personal donation than if you don't. And plus, if you're asking other people to donate to your page and they see that you haven't donated to your page, then it may not really make them want to give you money for the walk. So make a personal donation. And then lastly, send emails to supporters. In the step-by-step participant guide that we created, it will show you how to navigate there, how to upload contacts, how to send out emails. It's super helpful because there are templates that are already created in there for you that you can tweak to make a little bit more personalized. And I am also more than happy at any point to go into your participant center. If you send me over what you want your email to say, I can go in there, I can create the email and then send it out to your contacts for you. I know that things are crazy right now and everyone is super busy. So anything that I can do to lighten the load for you guys, I'm always here. I'm always here to do that. And, lastly, don't be afraid to ask. Liza and I have been harping on this, for the last few months, but this is just such a weird time for everyone. And there are a lot of things that are changing every day. But the answer again is always no until you ask. And so there are ways to do it that hopefully, the sample document that we created for you will make that a little easier. So check that out. But again, if you want to talk through anything or, have questions about anything, then just reach out and we'll be happy to guide you through that. So it's your walk your way this year. And we are, as difficult as a decision as this was, and I know a lot of people are disappointed that we won't all be side by side on October 17th. This is a really, really cool opportunity to spread awareness to those who may not have been involved before. Like we said, we're going to be creating some stuff for you guys to put around in your neighborhood, in your yard, and it'll just be a chance to reach a whole new audience and educate and influence people and just let them know why you're walking and what the association and the walk is all about. And we keep saying, we're physically distant, but we're never alone. So we'll all be walking together in some way, shape, or form on the 17th. It just, it just looks a little different than it has in the past. So that is our little presentation. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and we can go into questions if it stops. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's see. So one of the questions, what are some suggestions to raise money during this time with so many people out of work and strapped for money? Liza, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, I mean, I think that as Brittany stated, it is an uncertain time for so many. I think that when we tell our story of why we walk and we stick to the mission of why we are doing what we do, that people will not be offended if we ask things like, no amount is too small. Every bit makes a difference. If you want to focus just on the email campaigns, and again, we're going to continually try to freshen up some template emails that you guys can use and kind of plug and play, because we know it's easier to start with something than have to create something from the start. We've also had some people that have done, have capitalized on some virtual opportunities. So maybe if there's a gym that you use that, you worked out at a lot, offering a virtual workout class and people can pay to take that, or game nights, on Zoom or whatever other platform you use, and kind of bringing people together that way. We've had somebody that had a bourbon tasting and had somebody, I think a bartender or someone from a restaurant who kind of talked about bourbon, and their group was into that, and so people paid to kind of get educated about that.
I never had this problem with Zoom.
I think that, still thinking about maybe what your network is interested in. It could be outdoor stuff. It could be, bunco cards, whatever it is that you like to do. And we can try to think about a way that we can incorporate, these current times into that, and see if there's a way to engage people to raise money. And we have started and will continue to update some ideas about fundraising. And when we send out this presentation, because we'll send it out to everybody, we can include that as well. And I think that the Team Captain group on Facebook, for those of you who have a Facebook account, is a great resource. I think it's a really active group and a great place to share ideas. Brittany and I are constantly asking our colleagues at other chapters what they're seeing, what's working, and we want to make sure that we're sharing that with you and brainstorming together about how we can, be the most efficient fundraisers during these times. Does anybody have any great virtual ideas or any fundraising ideas yet that they want to share? No one yet. Hi, Tana.
If anyone has any questions, you can just pull yourself off of mute and ask if you have questions.
Okay, so I'm going to ask something, and you and I tried to deal with this, and now Andrea is saying it. Hi, Corinne. I'm having a hard time still going into my participant page and linking that Facebook.
It's still not working?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
And Andrea said she's having the same problem.
Yeah, well, Tana, with yours, I thought it was because you had already created the donate piece.
Right.
But if it's still happening, okay, if it's still happening, then that's something that we'll have to look into.
We can have
the back end.
Somebody from Convio, we can file a ticket saying that it's not working and have them go in and look at that.
I mean, I've tried it 10 to 12 times and it just says the same thing, that there's an error and to keep trying later. So I
Right.
do.
And it's probably something that we would never guess or figure out, but let's go ahead and have them look into that for you so that you can easily do that.
Okay. Yeah.
And mine's been saying loading all day.
Really?
Yeah, it just says loading.
Huh.
It's like it's trying to load Facebook to connect, but it doesn't. So
Right,
Well, you got farther than me.
Yeah, Tana's was just like, nope, not today.
not today.
We'll be sure to look into that. And if anybody else is having a similar issue, make sure to send Brittany a note and we will add, everybody's name to that and just say that we need some help looking at them.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Sure.
Sorry I was late. I completely forgot. I was
Tired.
making, but I love it when they fire a volunteer. It's my favorite thing in the world.
We would never fire you.
So, I'm excited. I mean, this is just, again, I've done this for 18 years and it's the first one we've had to do like this. So I think we're going to do good. I mean, this just gives us more avenue to have more creativity and, and while keeping ourselves and everybody else safe.
Exactly. The walk is a celebration and it's one that we all look forward to every year. I do, we all do. But I mean, we are a mighty bunch and we go into walk day so close to our goal. That's really the celebration and the icing on the cake. And I know we can do it. And, maybe we'll just have some big party later to celebrate and all get together. But,
6 feet away.
6 feet with our masks. So yeah, thanks Tana for your enthusiasm. I mean, it was hard, but we're all in this together and
you're doing it the right way. We can't afford anybody to get sick or any of our pals to be put in danger. So this is the way we have to do it.
Our symposiums, which are geared towards families living with ALS, those are going virtual as well. I mean, we've really kind of moved everything. The clinics are, we've just kind of moved it all to make sure that we are doing the best we can for all of you guys who become our friends and, our why for why we're here. So we are really grateful for you guys being accepting of this and being nimble. I think Brittany and I have probably had a lot of sleepless nights over the past 2 weeks, worried that just, hoping that people would accept it and still want to participate. So I think over 40 people on our happy hour, Q&A Zoom. Cheers to us. We're excited and, we're gonna rock it. So share your ideas with us. Let us know. We'd love to feature you guys who have some great thoughts. And I think that just the connectivity that we've all been missing, I think is really important. And it's such a great group. I see that Pamela asked, yes, we will be sending this PowerPoint to everybody. And we will have it. So we have our walk website, but then we also have a link that will take you to the new mini walk website where all the resources for this new plan that we have will be. And again, like Brittany said, please do not hesitate to reach out to us for anything. We are here. We are here to help. We are here to brainstorm. We are here to do anything and everything that we can. So don't hesitate. That's why we're here. That's our job.
I have an idea. If anyone is in the Dallas or Hiram area, we're thinking of maybe finding out if the track in front of Paulding Courthouse is open on that day to get together.
Oh, I love that.
That's a great idea.
Miss Donna, I actually
There's
just
also
went.
a playground there, so.
I just went by the courthouse a week or so ago, and there was people walking. So
Good.
it is.
Good.
It is open. I can talk to Dave Carmichael, who is our
Right.
our chairman and see if he would allow us to have a group of people there and see if there's a limit as to how many people.
Okay, if not, our church is gonna be doing something, so
Oh, good.
keep
Well,
us in
Brittany,
the loop.
make sure you connect Donna and Megan, get them hooked up so they can have
Yes.
a super mini walk.
Absolutely.
I love that. I mean, those are great ideas. You know, that's something we can think about. People who are kind of in the same area, you know, starting to see if we want to connect team captains with team captains. You know, they continue to raise the amount of people that can gather. But when they canceled the Dragon Con parade, Music Midtown, what else did they cancel? Pride, the Dogwood Festival. We figured that our 5,000 people in downtown Atlanta were most likely not going to get approved, even if we wanted to. I mean, the city's not even issuing permits. And so it just seemed like all the signs were there for us that this was the right way. But that's a great idea. You know, those that are interested, we can connect, you know, team captains with those that are in, you know, neighboring areas.
Very cool.
And if anybody has any questions after this, or any ideas or anything like that, feel free to reach out. And like Liza mentioned, the Team Captain Facebook group is a really, really great resource to share these ideas and to ask questions and stuff. It certainly is not just a one-way street for communication. I don't want to be the only one posting my face in there with videos and graphics and stuff. So please utilize that to your advantage. If you have a question, you don't have to go through either of us to ask it. You can ask it in that group because, you know, as fellow team captains, you guys probably have better answers to a lot of the questions than we do. And it's a great place to brainstorm too. In terms of online fundraising, we have a team captain who is hosting a virtual talent show. And so it's kind of like American Idol goes virtual. And so I'm helping her with that. So if you guys have ideas, you know, that you want to kind of, you know, flesh out with me, or you need help from our end for anything like that, then, you know, sky's the limit at this point. So we're open to anything and everything. Yes, Dad, you can.
I was just saying yes, sir, they can. Hi, Brittany's dad.
I love it.
Hello. I asked you this morning at 9 hours.
I know, Daddy. I've been busy today.
Oh my God, here we go.
Affairs.
This is about to become a family thing.
I'll send you the information for sponsorships.
If you want me to help you, that would be ideal.
Okay, thank you.
Anyway, Liza, it's nice to meet you. Great call, and thanks for having us on.
Any other questions? Anybody just want to share or say hi to somebody they haven't seen in a while on here?
Well, I'll share something since I've been doing this for 100 years. I'm like the email Nazi. Everybody at the office knows that I don't take the answer no very well. And most everybody on my email list for donations know I really don't take no well. And, you know, sometimes it takes them 4 emails before they give me my money. And you know, sometimes you just have to, you know, if they don't want to do it, they'll just keep erasing you. But I break them down every now and then. I get my donations. So don't be afraid to send donation or emails 2, 3, 4 times maybe. You know, they've given it to us in the template that there's a lot of different verbiage there. You know, this is my first one. I'm just telling you why I do it. Here's some statistics. Oh, did you forget about that I asked you for some donations? I'm sending you another email. And I'm not going to sell my KISS casino chip, Corinne. The best cruise ship director ever brought me a signed KISS, the rock band, little poster with casino chips. So I could make some money on it, but I can't part with that.
Well, that's okay.
But I'm
But it
serious.
is the magic number when asking
Yeah,
people for things. So
it is. I mean, I used to sit in the office and do cold calls, and I would
Miss those days.
yeah, I would basically just play, it was like, what's behind door number 1, 2, or 3? And if you can't walk, that's no problem. Be a virtual walker. You don't want to even have a team. Just give us a donation. People, there's only 2 answers, yes and no. There is no gray area. So don't get your feelings hurt if they say no 2 times, because I guarantee 3 or 4, on 3 or 4, they're going to say yes. Just stay at it. Break them down.
Her regular own game show host, and we really have found, while these are definitely uncertain times, people who were passionate about supporting you or passionate about this disease 3 or 4 months ago, they're still passionate about it. Maybe they can't give as much, or maybe they can't give, but they know that we're passionate and they know why we're doing it. And I think, just kind of sharing that story and, sharing your story and why it's important to you is really an impactful thing to do. So if Brittany reaches out to you guys about letting her feature your team for a Why I Walk Wednesday, I hope you'll answer a couple questions for her, because we really want to keep our community connected and share those stories with our team captains, just to, make us feel like we're still here, feel like we're together, even though we physically are not right now. So.
yes, and if you would like to share your story, let me know. And we are trying to start a consistent feature every Wednesday for a team or a team captain for a Why I Walk. And I think that now more than ever, it's important to remind others of that. And so if you would like to share a story, a short video, some pictures or anything like that, let me know. And we can work together to get that put together and posted for everyone else to see. Everyone loves a good feel-good story,
I have one thing to say. I don't know if everybody got to see the chat. Sunday will be 2 days since my future mother-in-law passed away. And if you go to our team Facebook page, you'll see my pinned post. It's a video that we did the month of March before she passed. Her goal was to walk up Kennesaw Mountain by the springtime, and by Christmas time she was wheelchair bound. There was just no way that we could do it. So my awesome fiance decided to take her up there himself, and we actually had Ross Gavitt from Channel 2 do a video, and it's an amazing video. So please, if you can, like us on Facebook. It's Shirley's Angels Team, and it's already has 14,500 views.
Wow.
Very
And
cool.
it's got a little info on it, and then it's got the video, and it's a really sweet video. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there that day. I had to work. So it's an amazing video. It shows her determination as well as everybody else that we have here that is still living with ALS. And it really shows the determination that she had, and she was so loving and sweet and caring and everything. And the end will probably bring a tear to your eye just because it's just so sweet. But please go and take a look at it. If y'all know anybody that has a camera and wants to do something like that for the day of your walk, that's another good idea too. That way it will be documented for years to come. So
Thank you for sharing.
That's awesome, Megan.
thanks.
Anybody else have any last thoughts, questions, comments? No?
Okay. Well, oh boy.
Hey, Amy and I would like to say hi to Renee from
Hey
Meredith.
guys.
Mom, what? Can we have a minute? Hold on, I'm almost done.
Mom, Mom, can we have some?
Yes, you can have Skittles. Of course you can have Skittles. You can have whatever you want. I don't know, Skittles for breakfast, lunch, dinner, it doesn't matter.
Liza. Listen, I just want to say thank you to you guys for getting all this together. I just am looking forward to this. We talked about some ideas. Travis and I have talked about some ideas, but we're looking to do this at our church, which our church has been so involved with fundraiser to help, of course, with the Paul Williams Transportation Program. And speaking of that, we were wondering if we could send some totes to be included in the packets you're sending out.
Oh, we would love that. We would love that. Thank you so much. That's so generous. I was hoping you guys would tune in with some ideas because I know Travis is creative over there.
Well, tell me how many totes should we think about sending?
How many team boxes are y'all sending out?
Well, last year we had 240 teams. And how many do we have this year, Brittany, so far?
We're a little over 100 right now.
Which is pretty good. So I think we'll get close to that, at least 200. I mean, I'm hoping we still have everybody, wanting to participate.
Okay, well, that's what we'll do then. We'll send totes that we've had made that, has a transportation program logo on it.
Well, thank you. For those of you who do not know Linda Williams and her son Travis, they are such generous supporters of the association and actually helped us found the transportation program that we named after her late husband. So we have a chapter YouTube page. I would suggest you guys go out there, and their family video is there where they share their story, and it's awesome. So thank you to you guys. Thanks for the idea.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Yay.
Excited. Well, we've got lots of hurdles, I guess, to jump before we finally get this off, but we're hoping to do it at our church. And
that's a great idea.
Community where we can walk around.
Where's your church at, Linda?
It's in Hawkinsville.
Where's Hawkinsville?
South of Perry. So
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I went to the fair in Perry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're about 15. Hawkinsville is about 15 miles from where the fair is.
The Ag Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brittany Floyd, your daddy was born in Hawkinsville Hospital.
Who?
Brittany's
dad
was born in Hawkinsville.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Wow.
Connection there that you didn't know about.
There you go. My sister's boyfriend's from Hawkinsville.
Crazy.
Look at that.
We're all connected, right?
Exactly.
We're hoping to do this at the Methodist Church in Hawkinsville. So that's our plan.
Okay, well, keep us posted because we're going to share with everybody.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll be videoing.
I know. We're counting on it.
Okay. Bye-bye. I'll get off.
Thank you.
Thanks, Linda.
Okay.
All right. Any last final thoughts before we jump off? No. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight for our first happy hour Q&A. I hope that this was informative and helpful and answered some of your questions that you have. Again, we are always here for you guys, and y'all are and will always be our top priority. And so if there's anything that we can do to help your team be successful this year, then we'll do it. We are always here to lend an ear or brainstorm or, just chat. So we will be sending out this recording along with the Olympic training guide later this week. And within there, we will link to the PDF resources and stuff like that. And then we'll send over some other sort of resources that will hopefully help you guys get a jump start on some fundraising and some recruiting and connecting with your supporters. If you don't follow us on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, that is a great way to get information and to communicate back and forth, share ideas. So I will send those links as well in the follow-up email. But in the meantime, we hope that you guys are staying safe and doing your best to enjoy some quarantine time.
Question.
Yes, Liza.
Just an idea. Just give me a thumbs up if you think that maybe having another team captain happy hour, maybe sometime in July to share ideas. Do you think that team captains would be interested in that, to just connect everybody? I think so too. I think I like this.
Oh, look at all the emojis.
That's fancy. You'll have to teach us.
That is fancy.
Thank goodness for Brittany, because I could not have pulled this off. But
another question, because I think that is such a good idea, because I think by then we'll have a lot of questions.
I think so too, and I think that we are here to help and and do everything we can and lead. But I think that there's also something about getting team captains together and having some of the conversation and kind of what you're seeing and what works. And if you guys think that people would be, well, at least our people who are here, if others want to join, they can, but it's all about us. If you think people would like that, then I think we could schedule another one of these to continue the sharing of ideas. And like Mrs. Williams said, I think people will maybe have some things more along. So that's awesome. Let's do it.
I love it.
Okay,
Good
great.
team.
Well, thank you guys for everything. This exceeded our expectations. We're so happy that you liked it. Again, thank you for all that you do. You inspire us every day, and we're so grateful. And let's go for the goal.
Let's do it.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.